Josh D. Lee. Josh D. Lee, born November 21, 1979 in Vinita, Oklahoma, is shareholder at Lee Coates, plc in Vinita, Oklahoma. He has a national practice. He focuses his practice on two specific areas of criminal defense: one DUI/DWI and other alcohol-related charges, and two drug charges. He is most known as an advocate of open government and has successfully sued governments in the state of Oklahoma to enforce Oklahoma's open records law. Early years. He was born and raised in Vinita, Oklahoma. He is the only child of Jack and Dolores Lee. He worked as a 911 dispatcher and police officer for the Vinita Police Department after high school. He earned his Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice from Northeastern Oklahoma and in Miami, Oklahoma. He went on to graduate from Rogers State University in Claremore, Oklahoma, with a Bachelor of Science in Business Information Technology, Software, and Multimedia Design. He received his JD degree with honors in 2007 from University of Tulsa College of Law. In 2016, he earned a Master of Science in Pharmacy from the University of Florida. Early legal career. He started his legal career as a licensed legal intern for the Tulsa County District Attorney's Office. He was assigned to work the major crimes team when he left to go into private practice. In 2007, he joined Clinton M. Ward and his practice in Vinita, Oklahoma, and formed Ward and Lee plc. A couple years later, Cassandra Coates joined the firm, and it was renamed Ward Lee and Coates plc. In 2019, Josh Lee and Cassandra Coates went out on their own, building a new building in downtown Vinita, and opened the firm Lee Coates Law plc. Major cases. Lee is known for his published appellate advocacy in open government cases, including Ward and Lee plc v. City of Claremore, 2014 OKCIV APP1 established public's right to access police and sheriff-cam recordings under the Oklahoma Open Records Act. Lee brought a lawsuit against Washington and Nowata County District Judge Curtis DeLapp, alleging widespread abuses of power. Ultimately, the Oklahoma Supreme Court filed a removal petition against Judge DeLapp, accusing him of gross neglect and oppression in office. Eventually, the disgraced judge resigned from the bench and withdrew his bid for re-election. In July 2020, Reuters Investigates began publishing a series of long-format stories on judicial misconduct in the United States called Teflon Robe. Part 2, emboldened by impunity, focused on the misconduct of Judge DeLapp and Josh's role in his removal. In the DUI and criminal law context, he has been the attorney of record for the following cases: exonerations of Malcolm Scott and DeMarco Carpenter. On May 19, 2016, a Tulsa County District Judge found Scott and Carpenter actually innocent of a 1994 drive-by shooting. Scott and Carpenter became the 31st and 32nd individuals to be exonerated in Oklahoma since 1989. The 21 years and 8 months that they spent in prison as wrongfully convicted men was the longest served of any of the 30 previous exonerees in Oklahoma. Lee, along with Oklahoma Innocence Project legal director Christina Green, represented Scott in this matter. His closing argument from the January 29, 2016 hearing drew high praise from journalists and local court watchers. He also successfully represented both Scott and Carpenter when District Attorney Steve Consueler appealed the exonerations. Andrews v. State, 2014 OKCIV APP 19. In this case, the appellate courts determined that paramedics are not approved to withdraw blood for Oklahoma implied consent cases. State v. Mays. In this case, the charges were thrown out at preliminary hearing against a 74-year-old woman who lived in a home where marijuana and about $277,000 in cash were seized. Professional associations. Freedom of Information Oklahoma, Inc. Board of Director 1/2014 Present Chemistry, and the Law Division of the American Chemical Society Executive Committee member/Forensic Science Co-Chairman. Recognition. In 2018, Josh was recognized by the Oklahoma Bar Association by receiving the Fern Holland Courageous Lawyer Award. He was featured in Oklahoma Magazine's 40 Under 40 for 2018, recognizing the best the state has to offer in virtually all fields of business. In 2014, Freedom of Information Oklahoma. The award is to recognize private citizens and organizations who shows a commitment to freedom of information and government transparency. He has been recognized by state and national defense-related organizations for his contributions to the citizens and the defense bar. Oklahoma Criminal Defense Lawyers Association President's Award 2018. Oklahoma Criminal Defense Lawyers Association President's Award 2013. National College for DUI Defense Dean's Award 2013. Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Association Public Proclamation 2012. He is a noted forensic science commentator of articles, including Chemistry World articles, Colorado Springs Independent article, Chemical and Engineering News IP article, C&EN Book Review. Speaking engagements. He is a sought-out national speaker who speaks at state bar conferences, national legal meetings, and scientific meetings. The organizations that he has spoken to include the American Chemical Society, the American Academy of Forensic Sciences, the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the DUI Defense Lawyers Association, the National College for DUI Defense, the National Judges Association, the Oklahoma Municipal Judges Association, the Oklahoma Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, the Oklahoma Bar Association, the Tulsa County Bar Association, the South Carolina Bar Association, the Idaho Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, the San Antonio Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, the Tennessee Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the Scientific Law Forums, the California Public Defenders Association, the New York State Bar Association, the Colorado Criminal Defense Bar, the North Carolina Advocates for Justice, the Ohio Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, the Utah Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, the Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the University of Tulsa College of Law, Arizona Attorneys for Criminal Justice, Association Québécoise des Avocats de la Défense à Code Québec, Canada. Publications. He has published chapters in the following books: Understanding DUI Scientific Evidence 2011 edition, The Legality of Search and Seizure in DUI Cases. He has published articles with the following organizations: the South Carolina Bar Association, Tennessee Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Association,